This is a strict warning about something you think may never happen, and yet tens of thousands of people every single year face debt collectors, court action, and possibly even criminal investigation for things that they didn't do. So welcome back to the channel, but if you are new to me, I'm a barrister who helps you understand law. So I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon. So what I'm talking about is the theft of vehicle number plates. Now, if ever you've had to replace your number plates or get private plates, you'll realize that you need the V5 and some ID in order to go and get these printed, at least at the reputable places that you can get them from. However, once they're on your vehicle, they're relatively easy to take off. A couple of screws and off they pop, and then people can put them onto another vehicle, and provided that it's the same make and model, can easily look a lot like your vehicle. And if they go through speed cameras or make off without payment from petrol stations, they'll be coming back to you, the registered keeper of the vehicle, because the plates come back to your address. The thieves long gone with the fuel and getting away with the speeding, or worse. But the warning that comes with this video comes from a story that I read this morning where somebody just ignored all of these warning letters and ended up with a decree, which is a county court judgment, but for Scotland. So in England and Wales, that would be a county court judgment. You will receive one of these judgments if you just ignore a claim that's filed in court against you, because you think that it's actually got nothing to do with you and therefore you don't need to respond to it. However, if you fail to respond to a claim, however unmeritorious it might be, they are going to get judgment in default of a defence or response to the claim. You see, when a claim is filed in court, you have, by standard in England and Wales, 14 days to respond to this claim and either file your defence within that time or an acknowledgement of service. If you file the latter, you get an additional 14 days, giving you a total of 28 days within which to file a defence. After which, if you still haven't filed a defence, they can still file a request for judgment. This is not an application to go and get judgment, it is simply a request that they file off with the court and they get judgment in your default of responding to the claim properly. Once obtained the judgment, it can be enforced in one of a number of ways. They can get an attachment to earnings from your employer, which deducts some of your money before it comes to you from your employer. They could potentially get a charging order over your property. They could also apply for a third-party debt order, which is where the court orders your bank to hand over some of your money to them because they've got a judgment against you, because they become a judgment creditor and you are a judgment debtor. They can use any one or a number of these enforcement methods all at the same time, which just goes to show you should absolutely not ignore these things, however much you think they don't really apply to you. And that's just the civil and money side of things. What about if your vehicle is involved in some kind of hit and run or armed robbery or some other kind of criminal offence, and it traces back to you, the registered keeper of the vehicle, because they've taken or cloned your number plates and put them on another vehicle? Well, in this situation, again, you should absolutely not bury your head. You should notify the authorities the moment you realise your number plates have been stolen, or the moment that you realise your number plates have been used in some kind of offence with which you have no involvement. Even such things as parking fines. It is you, the registered keeper of the vehicle, that is deemed to be responsible for those fines, unless you can prove otherwise, because that's how the burden of proof works. If you have a vehicle and you have it on the road, then you have a duty under various bits of legislation and regulations to comply with those, which includes proving that you were not the one responsible for parking fines and so on and so forth. So considering that the statistics show that over 50,000 number plates a year are stolen, and who knows how many more than that are simply cloned, there is statistically a good possibility that you're going to get caught up in this cloning business and either have civil or even criminal implications. So as I always say on my videos, please do not ignore these things. Always respond to them at the earliest opportunity. Deal with it head on and get someone to help you with it if you absolutely need to. The one thing you absolutely cannot and must not do is simply ignore it. So I hope you found this useful. Please share it with somebody that you think might find it useful. Please remember to like the video and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.